Well, hello and welcome to the weekend review for Module 4 for our HCA 214 class in the fall of 2016. Okay, so we have made it to the middle of the course. Can you believe it that we're already halfway through the course with Module 4? I mean, when you think about how quickly these courses go, it is amazing. You know, right now at this point, we're pretty much halfway through that textbook, which, when you look at it, I mean, you're going through all this material and you're going through relatively fast. So, give yourself a pat on the back for making it to this point. I know it's not easy doing these accelerated courses, and all of you are doing a really, really good job in trying to manage everything. And many of you are brand new. That's the thing that kind of blows me away, that many of you are brand new to the program. This is your first course that you're doing, and everybody's doing very, very well. So keep up the good work. I do know that it's going to be challenging at times as you try to figure out the balance in making this all work, but I'm confident that you'll come up with some solutions on how to do that. Sometimes, when you look at how this whole experience is laid out, and I tell students that, of course, it's not a sprint, this is a marathon. If you are doing full-time and you're feeling absolutely overwhelmed with a full-time academic pace, there's nothing wrong with part-time. So do think about that. Most of our students do go part-time because they're working full-time. They've got families, they've got other obligations they have to do, and they're trying to do school on top of that. But then again, we have students who I don't know how they do it, but they do it all, and they do it on a full-time basis. I have no idea how that's done. But do contact either myself or your program director if you're in the medical imaging program, or a nursing, or your academic advisor, if you feel that you want to make some adjustments for the second 8 weeks. But I think usually right about now is when, especially the new students, they start to get the rhythm of how the courses work, and they kind of get the balance of how things are. So, and I definitely, in reading your weekly reflections, it looks like it's clicking. Actually looks like it's clicked for most of you right around week 2. So excellent job there. If it hasn't quite clicked yet, don't worry. It usually happens right around week 4 or 5, right in there where you get the feeling of everything. As far as this course goes, historically, that project part 1, that paper that you did, is the part of the hardest chunk to do. Once you do that, the other parts of the project, I think, are a little bit easier. Let me just talk a little bit about the project. That's basically 4 pieces that you're going to have. So you've got this paper that you've written. You're going to do some charts and graphs, some other things that you're going to be doing in the other part. But you're basically going to assemble all of that into a presentation. And that's what the Move Note, or I should say, keep on saying Move Note. That's what the Present Me was all about. Getting you used to that Present Me format, because that's what you're going to be doing at the end, kind of for the other big bulk of points with this 4-part assignment. So it looks like many of you really did a good job with the Present Me's. You figured it out, and that's what I wanted you to do, is kind of figure out how to do it all. Get the camera working, the microphone, how to find the link, get the link that you need. You will post the link. You will not download the video file or anything like that. You'll simply share the link with us when we get to the end. You probably saw, again, like many of you did, you found the link. A few of you actually uploaded the MP4s, which can work, but you don't need to do that. Just do the link. If you don't know how to share the link, those DIY or the how-tos that I put in the course news show how to do that. You basically go to the share button as if you're sharing it by email, which you can do. You can share it by email to yourself, which then generates the link in the body of the email. But if you actually just scroll down, they kind of hide it. You have to actually just It sounds kind of ridiculous, but you have to actually scroll down just a bit. And then all of a sudden in that window, you'll see the second half of that. And the second half is just copy here if you want the link. So they really don't, they should have when that window automatically sizes and opens up, you just see the email portion. You don't even assume that there's another portion right below that. So just use the slider bar, scroll down. You'll see that there's another section. If you just want the link itself without generating an email, you can do that. And that's what you'll share with us at the end when you do the presentation, your final Present Me presentation of all the parts that you're putting together right now. Okay, so that's a little bit about the past week with the other big assignment. This week's grading, most of Module 3 grading is due. There are a couple of you I haven't gotten to yet. I really think I'll be through that by Friday, so bear with me. For the few of you that don't have your grades in for Module 3, my objective is to get that done before the weekend because I know you want that feedback. Do make sure in your checking, check out the feedback that I leave for the assignments. Take a look at that. One of the things I'll be doing very soon, and I'll let you know which assignments that we're going to do that in, but I will be doing something called video feedback where you'll see a little video of me talking to you about an assignment. So stay tuned. That will be coming. I like to do that at least once, if not twice, on appropriate assignments throughout the course. And I also like to do something called audio feedback as well. And I might try to do that at probably right around Module 6. So stay tuned. I'll let you know. But even if you go back, you look at the feedback area, I will have there'll be a little phrase in there that says, please watch the video feedback or please listen to the audio feedback. Okay, so take a look at any feedback, whatever I leave. Make sure you do take a look at that. A lot of the feedback over the past couple of weeks has been centered around APA format. And I'm not a big APA disciplinarian on that, but there will be some folks here at the college who are. And that's where I'm just trying to get you acclimated so when you hit those courses, you kind of know what to do. Rather, and so I might take off a point, 2 points here or there. There will be folks at the college who will take off 10, 15, 20 points. So I want to kind of get you aware, get you ready, build you up. So when you hit those courses, you're ready to go. Now, as far as APA, remember you can go back into the course news, look for that news posting that I had. Let me show you actually real quick, because some of you may not know how to do this. So let's take a look here. And let me just go back out to the course home. Okay. And hopefully you did take a look at the 30 words that have changed healthcare forever. Kind of build your vocabulary. Okay, so we've got course news. Make sure you are looking at course news. And down in here we have that writing help. So check out these links, these templates. These definitely should be in your toolbox as far as APA goes. So take a look at that. I'm all about working smarter and not harder. I think templates are really the way to go for APA. Also with course news, just in general, if you ever want to see all the items, there's that box right down there, and you can always go back and see anything that's kind of scrolled off, in time. I think course news only shows, maybe the first or the last 6 course news items. So you can always go back and look at old course news items if you forget what they are or there's something that you wanted to revisit. Okay. All right, so let's go back here to the course before I finish up just talking a little bit about Module 4 and ambulatory care. The big difference this week is the midterm. So make sure you are prepared for the midterm. Hopefully it's some familiar territory with the questions on there and the types of questions and formatting of the questions. Students traditionally do very well on the midterm, but you got the quizzes that you've been doing, so you got the flavor of how things are, and there'll be not much difference in that as well. Some of you might have some short answer in there. Each midterm is randomized, so I have a question bank. And the questions are drawn from that question bank. The difficulty is equal, but some of you might get short essay, some of you might have short answer, some of you might have maybe a little bit more difficult multiple choice, and the other person gets a short essay. So just know that you might see some of that in there. Don't let that freak you out if it's in there. I think we've got 3 hours for this midterm. Should be plenty of time. Okay. Well, that pretty much concludes the week in review for this week. Sorry, it ran a little bit long, but I want to talk about APA and that 4-part project in a little bit more detail. If you have any questions, of course, you know how to get a hold of me. And as always, thanks for watching.